Tail, get down from the stairs. Yes, there we go. So yeah, I got the music back on because apparently it didn't trigger the last time, and I finally remembered to turn it back on. So we'll see if it has any issues. Oh, settings and audio and radio.
It was wonderful in your own special way. If you like news, you're gonna love our next segment. Several unidentified aircraft were spotted flying over the REPCON test site by a local crackpot. He spoke to a toy bear near one of our microphones.
It's ghouls, I tell you. Religious ghouls in rockets looking for a land to call their own.
I wish I had a first recon guy looking after me.
I know a spell that'll make you
Boyd's
show
in there
your
with the
true
prisoner
form.
right now.
Cave
Boy, is
Rat
she
told it
pissed.
to me.
Also in the headlines, the Black Mountain radio signal is back after a long absence. Listeners say that new programming is, quote, less for outcasts, more for weirdos. The preceding segment was sponsored by the Silver Rush. Silver Rush. Feel the rush of a warm laser in your hand. Got some Dean Martin coming up, talking about the greatest feeling in the world, love. Ain't that a kick in the head?
Go right ahead,
Sure
Trooper.
is. Dino, it sure is.
Yeah, ain't that kicking in the head. But that's also the name of the first quest. Like I said, all the quests are
I hear say new days coming on. Where the women folks are fretting in laws you alone. I'll believe it when I see it. Though I
all the quests are named after songs,
don't mind me, just keep on talking.
as far as I remember.
Ain't no God in Mexico.
Something. I'm usually good with faces, but I don't think I've seen you here before. What brings you to Camp McCarran?
I'm here for support, or is that you might be able to help with?
You don't cook by any chance, do you? Farber's doing his best, but it's hard to manage an army with half my staff in line for the latrine. Honestly, we're fighting a lot of fires right now. The fiends keep pressing their position from Vault 3. We've got the Legion breathing down our necks across the river. We actually took an officer alive last week, but so far he hasn't spoken a word.
Okay, I can make the Legion prisoner talk.
I have Lieutenant Boyd on that already, and she's excellent, but I think she's hit a wall. Talk to her if you like. See if she has any use for you. Her office is right above mine, but I think she might be interrogating right now. So she'd be upstairs on the other side of the building.
Who are the fiends?
As in chem fiends. Biggest gang of raiders I've ever seen. Nothing like addiction to swell your numbers. Psychotic and completely unpredictable. They set up shop in Vault 3 to the west. Every day they attack our positions and my men repel them. But every day there's more of them and less of us. I sent one of my rangers after their leader to try and destabilize them. He didn't return. Hell of a thing losing a ranger. You come to depend on them, and they come through for you so often, you forget it can happen.
I'll go to Vault 3 and find the Ranger for you.
That vault is a hornet's nest. If you have second thoughts, no one would think less of you for it. But if you can get him home, it'd mean a lot. Watch for civilians, too. The fiends have been kidnapping locals. They just walk right into people's homes in the middle of the day and take them. But the man you're looking for is Bryce Anders. Anders was trying to find the leader, Motor Runner. You hear something like a chainsaw? You've found Motor Runner. Put a bullet in his head, and you'll have some new friends around here.
Any other problems?
Yeah. On top of everything else, I can't send a patrol on a bathroom break without it being ambushed by someone who heard they were coming. So somebody's getting the word out.
I can look into who's looking to NCR intelligence.
Well, why not? Given your recent arrival, at least I can safely rule you out as the leak. I'd like to have absolute trust in my men, but that's just not practical right now. Go ahead and look into it. See what you find. We don't have much to go on right now. Lately, every raiding party in New Vegas seems to have a map of our troop movements. It derails everything. Supplies, reinforcements, and it'll only get worse the longer we let it go on. Captain Curtis is heading up the investigation right now. He can fill you in.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah, I put a spell on you. Captain Curtis! Captain Curtis, you fucking bastard, where are you?
I thought you'd listen to my reasoning, but now I see you don't hear a thing.
Captain Curtis!
Gotta make you see.
I know you're a leaking bastard. Where are you? I was downstairs, isn't he? It's so much easier in the next games where they give you indications of height as their current objective, but
Things could work out how I want
What is it? Nice to meet you. I'm Curtis.
if I
Colonel Sue wanted me to help you look into the recent intelligence leaks.
Smart man. I could use somebody who can operate under the radar around here. Whoever our mole is, he's been slippery. Whenever one of the MPs gets too close, he changes his habits. Our last lead went cold weeks ago.
Where should I start?
You want my advice? Start by talking to people with a lot of eyes in the field. People like Lieutenant Boyd or Sergeant Contreras, maybe. Careful with Contreras, though. He's not above suspicion himself. Keep me apprised of any leads you get. This guy's gotten a lot of my men killed. I'm just itching to return the favor.
Goodbye.
Later.
The music is loud in my ears, but if I turn it down, you can't hear Mr. New Vegas. That's the thing though, the audio is out compared to New Vegas because of the mod that changes it off copyright content. So Sergeant Boyd, but she needs help with the Legion prisoner first. Which we can help with.
You stick out like a sore thumb around here. You sure you're in the right place?
Do you need any help?
Yeah, so far this has gone exactly as expected. Poorly. But with the work you've done for NCR already, you might be just what I've been looking for. We captured an honest-to-God Centurion of Caesar's Legion recently.
Is that big a deal?
Better believe it. Everybody in Caesar's Legion from Caesar on down will kill themselves before they can be captured. They're so twitchy they'd probably do it if you reached out to hug them. But here's this guy, who's an elite commander in their army, and he just gives himself up, even as his men are slitting their own throats around him.
What do you think it means?
Well, I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a man who's willing to cooperate. Except he hasn't. Only times he speaks up are to insult you. He's a real prick, by the way. And I'm supposed to get information out of this guy.
Why don't you just beat him senseless?
I like the way you think. Have I said that yet? Problem is that the NCR frowns on using that sort of tactic. There's some restrictions still in place from President Tandy's administration. But here's my favorite thing about you. You're not in the NCR. Plus, for all this guy knows, you're completely insane. That's a winning combination.
So you want me to do what you can?
I think if you rough him up enough and really put some fear into him, he'll sing like a choir boy. So let's do this. When you're ready, I'll go in and give you a little intro. Then I leave the room and you make him regret the day he was born. We go back and forth a couple times until either he talks or he can't move his jaw anymore. Either way, we've had our entertainment for the day.
Okay.
That's the spirit. Okay, I'll go in and have a word with him. Then I'll call you in.
Do I have to talk to him? Can I just go in and just punch him?
Long time no see, Sealers.
Lieutenant, I was just thinking about you.
That's so.
I was just thinking about that pretty neck of yours.
How sweet.
I was thinking about how it would look with a Legion slave collar on it.
Let me out. Let me out.
Oh,
Let me out. Now. Let me
Do you know
out.
what I
Let
love about
out.
our slave
Let me
brave college lieutenant.
Let me
If you love them, maybe you should try one on.
I love how tightly they fit. I train my men to make sure the slave's flesh bulges a bit around the top, bottom. You know why?
It's all the rage in fashion circles.
Not quite.
This is helping the
If you
accent
fit in
insane,
just
by the way.
right, their body never gets used to the feeling.
Let me in,
I'd say just enough when they swallow or turn their head to remind them who they belong to. And it's that constant reminder that keeps them docile.
In that case, maybe you'd better save the collar you were gonna give me.
Oh? For whom?
For a friend of mine you're about to meet. My friend isn't very docile.
And who is this friend of yours?
You know all the rules the NCR instituted to protect enemy prisoners of war?
Of course.
My friend doesn't. Oh, and Silus? If you resist at all, I'll personally blow your brains out. Come on in, he's all yours. I'll be back in a bit to see how you're getting along. And I'll need you to surrender your weapons before you go in. You can pick them up from the locker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Over here! You're mine. You like that?
Come on. Just walk in and punch him and don't even ask him any questions.
Watch out!
Come on, Silas. Come on, Silas. Come on, Silas.
Alright, you can stop for a sec.
How do I punch him more?
Whoa, easy there. You're supposed to rough him up a little, not kill him.
Watch out!
Why don't you step outside a minute? Let off some steam. Nice job. I think my friend doesn't like you, Silus. I don't know how much longer I can keep him under control.
You think this will make me talk? A beating? This is the best you can do?
Not just any beating, Silus. A savage beating. A beating that you'll be reminded of every time you feel pain from now on. When my friend's done with you, you won't have any of your teeth left. You'll be drinking your food through a straw. Your ribs will never heal properly, and it will hurt every time you breathe. It'll be like your collar, Silus. Impossible to forget.
Go to hell.
Huh. Not the sort of wit I've come to expect from you, Silus.
You're getting nothing from me.
I'm getting entertainment. That's something. So what's it gonna be? Are you gonna spill your guts to me? Or am I gonna let my friend the maniac back in here for some playtime? Silus. Silent treatment, huh? Have it your way. Come on back in. I think he misses you.
Yeah.
And let me check you for weapons one more time. For your safety as well as his.
Eat this!
She's not even left and I'm already punching him. Come here, Silas. Come on. Yeah. I want to punch, 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 punch. I can't believe fucking hit.
Eat this!
Enough, this is pointless. I'm dead to the Legion either way, I'll tell you what I know. But you should know that Caesar has always kept his own counsel. He never reveals anything that would make him vulnerable. My knowledge will not prevent the inevitable. This camp will be ash within months. Maybe weeks.
I'll be the judge of that. Let's hear what you got to say.
Something is wrong with Caesar. Something he is attempting to hide from his men. But it was obvious before we set out on this last mission. For 3 days we awaited his order to dispatch us. 3 days. But he hid in his tent, refusing to give orders, complaining of headaches. He looks different now than he used to. His face is sunken, sickly. But any questioning of his health enrages him.
There must be more you can tell me.
There is one other thing that may interest you. I know that Caesar has planted a spy here. Every night, details of NCR troop movements are broadcast from a radio on this base to Caesar's camp. The spy has been here a long time, since before the entire conflict began. He's an officer,
If I knew who he was, I would tell you. If I escape and he's alive to report it, the Legion would hunt me down. But like I said, none of this information will change the outcome for you. No force can hold back the tide of the Legion.
Boy.
That was fun to watch. I'd have you do it again, but I'd probably get in trouble. This'll do the NCR a lot of good, so you should be proud. Here's the standard fee. Plus, I threw in the price of a good show on the strip. That's from me personally. You can beat up my prisoners anytime.
Have you noticed anything suspicious lately?
Now, what kind of MP would I be if I didn't notice anything suspicious? I've had soldiers go AWOL, break-ins, thefts, you name it.
Tell me about the break-ins.
Maybe break-in isn't the right word. We didn't find signs of forced entry, but I've had reports of someone sneaking into the control tower at night. It's probably just a meeting spot for a steamy military-based love affair. Kids today. But it bothers me that they didn't break in. It means they have an access code. Most soldiers around the base don't have that.
Would you mind giving me the control tower access key so I can check it out?
Sure, if you want to investigate. It's not like there's anything to steal up there, just a bunch of old communications equipment. If you can find out any more, I'd be interested to hear it. There's something about this I really don't like. And if I weren't tied up here, I'd be staking it out personally.
What about thefts?
Not the kind of things you like to see go missing. No witnesses yet. I've got my money on Sergeant Contreras, who's supposed to be in charge of distribution, the little weasel. But he's too slick to let anyone catch him doing it. We've searched his possessions a dozen times. Nothing.
I'll keep an eye out for missing supplies.
Good. The more guns you can recover, the more I'll be able to use to shoot Contreras for being inept.
And who's missing?
Well, there's Anders. He's a ranger. That one's not suspicious so much as worrisome. He left on a dangerous assignment. Colonel Shu sent him out. Now I think he feels guilty not having any way to check up on him.
Can you tell me else about Anders?
I don't know him very well myself. I seem to remember that he was the man to call on if you needed someone to get in and get out quietly. Colonel Shu would really be the person to talk to.
Okay. And other people are missing?
Well, there... Colonel...
Anybody else missing?
Yeah. The man I'm more interested in is Corporal White. White had a lot of promise. Wanted to be a ranger as bad as anyone I've seen. But he also had some extracurricular activities going. Now he's gone.
I'll see if I can find Corporal White for you.
Word around the base is he'd been going regularly to visit a hooker named Dazzle at Gamora. That's a casino on the Strip. Classy place. His belongings are up in the barracks in the concourse building. First bunk on your left if you're facing it from the center. I haven't had a chance to look through his things yet, so that might be a good place to begin.
Goodbye.
Yep. See you around.
No. Silas. Silas. Damn, I want you going to kill him. Does she have a key? No, she doesn't. Damn it. Oh well. Oh well, I had fun beating up Silas, so you get extra points for Boone if you kill him. And I know there's a way to do it, I just forgot it. Alright, Rat Slayer, you go 1. 3 is the Kenway Repeater. 4 Stimpak with a lose. 5 is Hunting Rifle. 6 is Maria, and 7 is an attack pistol. I got a lot of ammo for the fucking Rat Slayer. First bunk on the right as you enter the console first. Or is it a left? Oh, that's what I was talking about, how they're taking water. And yeah, this dude is how I see about food. And I can make a deal with the caravans to get food sent here.
Hello. Listen, asshole, I know you're not really an NCR health inspector, so you can cut the restaurant critique routine. And I want my 50 caps back. Because I looked it up, and there ain't no disease called colorectal implosion syndrome.
I haven't
So I
talked to this
paid
guy.
you to look the other way for nothing. Wait, you're not...
Oh.
Oh, wow, I'm sorry. You look just like... Never mind, sorry. So what can I serve you up?
Is a health inspector bothering you?
That's nothing. You just look like the health inspector who stopped through for the yearly inspection a couple of weeks back. I was hoping I wouldn't have to wait another 11 months to see his crooked ass to get my caps back. Ah, well. Anything I can get you?
Empty?
Oh, yeah. You can order up anything you want. As long as it's corn or beans. Just kidding. Haven't you heard? With a few shipments from home and a little variety, the troops are getting restless for some quality grub. You can only do so much as a chef with just corn, beans, onions, and peppers.
Can it be done to improve your supplies?
Well, we haven't had any quality meat in months. Everyone in the camp just eating beans for protein. It isn't pretty. Some of my kitchen machinery is broken down too, so we've been eating mostly raw vegetables. And I'm desperate for spices or seasonings. Anything, just something for the general mood around here.
We'll just find the meat.
It doesn't need to all come from the same source. There are a bunch of different vendors around who sell meat. Fitz, the Nashes, Crimson Caravan. We've never really tried to go out and organize deals with merchants to supply our food. Already having an overstock of food, we haven't needed to. But we really need some good old red meat on the menu soon. So I'm willing to divert some caps in their direction if they're open to supplying us.
What parts need to fix the food processor?
Here's the list. We've been scrapping together quick fixes to keep it running for months. I think it finally crapped out and needs a full overhaul. It's the goofy machine behind the counter in the corner next to the stove. I'd be much obliged if you could take a look at it and get it fixed up.
Where might I find these parts?
I don't know. Try the various traders around the waste. Or the pawn shop in Westside might have some parts. Oh, I've heard of a place called House Tools you could check out. It's an old factory on the north side of Vegas. Just a word of warning, though. I hear no one who goes in there comes back out. Could be traps, crazy robots, or who knows what's in that place.
And spices.
The Crimson Caravan would probably be able to arrange a regular shipment, but I don't know of any spices known to improve mood. Hell, we have a whole research department. One guy's even set up in the main terminal building. They're the ones who ought to be looking into it.
Okay.
What can I do for you?
Goodbye. What do I need? 2 pilot lights, 2 pressure cookers, 2 conductors, 2 fire hose nozzles, 4 fishing batteries, 2 steam gauge assemblies, 2 sensor modules, 5 scrap metal, and 1 pot.
Howdy.
Yeah, some of the parts just lying about, you know. Is he named? No. He's probably not the guy I'm looking for.
Morning. Did the Colonel send you? I was hoping he might have changed his mind.
You look up to what's wrong.
I know. I've been crying. It's stupid. I'm supposed to be a soldier. My husband, he's a ranger, and he got murdered by a pack of fiends. Goddamn savages laid his body out to rot. Brass won't say it to me straight, but they mean to leave Esteban out there. I can see that plain.
It seems strange they wouldn't do their best to retrieve a fallen comrade.
Colonel says he can't spare the men to bring Esteban back home. And the fiends, they put all kinds of mines and traps around his body. Snipers, too.
He's got a right bone. I'll recover your husband's body.
Mister, I'd about given up hope. But you've got to be careful. I don't want anybody else dying on my account. Esteban's body is laid out between some of the buildings, east of the Repcon headquarters. At least that's what his squad mates said. There's an NCR position just north of there. It's on the way. They should be able to tell you what the situation is.
Right-ho, if I see your husband, I'll deal with it.
Morning.
No. We have to save the monorail. Okay, that video's getting annoying now. I'd rather just have Mr. New Vegas talking all the time, but hey ho. I went the wrong way, didn't I? Yeah.
Morning.
This is a pretty good gun actually, by the way, that Slayer. I've killed Deathbots with this thing. Of course I planked them to death, but they died, that's the main point, and in my book, if it ends up dead, I don't really give a fuck what anybody else says.
You look like someone in need of a reliable supplier.
Ain't for sale?
Take your pick.
Here's a repeater, some frag mines, a hunting rifle. I also got buff out. I'll keep the fixer because it's weightless and I could use it for other things. Here's some Mentats. Some cola. Plenty of Psycho. Scotch, Berry. Super Stim Packs. Turbo. Whiskey. An assault carbine. Damage 11. Versus my hunting rifle, which is damage 50. No, thank you. Missile launcher. Damage 147. I know it's been wearing down a bit, but no. What type of armor am I wearing? Damage threshold 9, and it's light. Combat armor 17, and it's a medium. It has more weight, and I'm not paying out that much for it. Surplus ammo. Oh, yes, I'll take that. And we've got freeway ammo here. A lot of fucking ammo for 308. 12.7. Holy shit. 12.7 by the way is 50 cal. Just pointing it out. I want about 923 caps worth of... Yeah. Oh. He has 1,400, but there were 6 each, so I need 150.
Thanks.
What kind of supplies did you have in mind?
Are you implying I have some kind of secret under the table?
I can be pretty resourceful. Perhaps we can work out a deal.
Now you're talking my language. I do have an expanded inventory for people I can trust. If you're willing to do a little legwork for me, I could give you access to my stash, and at a discount. Many of these items aren't available in the NCR, and you'll be hard-pressed to find them at a better price anywhere else.
Sounds good to me. What do you need done?
Well, I can't exactly go wandering off the base whenever I want, you know. They're already suspicious. I can hear the MPs now. Gee, Contreras, I didn't know you had so many friends in the gun runners. Speaking of which, guess your first stop. You're just passing a little note to a man named Isaac for me. I want to know which girl he likes.
Oh, good.
Great, let me know what he says. They're almost a straight shot north from here, up past the sharecroppers.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Skip. SCRIPT. Nope. SCR. Yep. PT. No, it's only freedom. SCRIPT. Nope. There's some people who go for these. Where are they? Things like that first. I like to do it last. SCRIPT. Okay. SCRIPT. SCRIPTIG. There we go. Sure, it moves duds. Okay, we'll see Boyd in a second. Whee! Now, where is the terminal building? It should be obvious because there's only fucking one of these that's still in one piece. But you know, I've got to find the fucking thing first. I don't know what door I came out of there. That door. See what time we're at. We're at 35 minutes, so we can do this next episode. But there's a terminal building right there, because we have to go save the monorail, so that'll take a bit of time. Yeah. We saved the monorail. We don't just stand back and watch it happen. Well, to be honest with you, it's not 100% obvious that you're supposed to... what you're supposed to do. But anyway, see you next episode.